Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. You are looking live at the Michigan International Speedway, where we will have the champion Spark Plug 400 here today. And the pole setter for the race is Bill Elliott. Outside pole is Jeffrey Bodine in the 5 car. Starting third in the 27 is Richmond. Starting fourth in the 15 is Rudd. Starting fifth in the 11 is DW. Starting sixth in the 12 car is his teammate Neil Bonnet. Starting seventh in the 77. Sevens all around. Might be a lucky day for Greg Sachs. And starting eighth in the 55 is Parsons. Starting ninth is Yarborough in the 28. Starting 10th is David Pearson in the 21. Starting on 11th is Handsome Harry in the 33. Starting 12th in the 3 is Earnhardt. Starting 13th in the 84 is Alexander. Starting 14th in the Woods Brothers 711 7 is Kyle Petty. Starting 15th in the 67 is Arrington. Starting 16th in the 8 is Hillen Jr. Starting 17th in the 22 is Bobby Allison. Starting 18th is the King in the 43, Richard Petty. Starting 19th in the 09 is Trickle. Starting 20th in the 44 is Labonte. Starting 21st in the 49 is Boys. Starting 22nd in the 66 is Parsons. Starting 23rd in 00 is Shepard. Starting 24th in the 90 is Ken Schrader. Starting 25th in the 75, Speed. Starting 26th in the 2 is Wallace. Starting 27th in the 71 is Marcus. Starting 28th is Buddy Baker in the 88. And last week's winner didn't have a very good qualifying. Starting 29th in the 47, Ron Bouchard. Starting 30th is Jimmy Smut Means in the 52. Starting 31st is little slash big brother Mikey Waldrop. Starting 32nd in the 41 is Thomas. Starting 33rd is JD in the 70. Starting 34th is Bushwell and the 6. Starting 35th is Joe and the 65. Starting 36th is Gearhart in the 25. Starting 37th is Dwyer in the 64. Starting 38th is Reagan in the 17. Starting 39th is Wowak in the 74. And in the rear in the gear, starting shotgun, is Baldwin. And Bill Elliott will take us to the green flag here. It's a 400-mile race, 40 turns, and to get it started, here we go, turn number 1. And we got a top group of heat. Who's bringing the heat? First up is Greg Sachs, double heat, and it'll take a 6 to get Elliott and a 1-5, but Sachs has got another shot at him here. And a 4-1 ain't getting it done. No heat, no heat, no heat. Sachs was the only one with heat. We go to turn number 2. And we got a duel, and it'll be the 3 car in the top group, and that is going to be Ricky Rudd going after Jeffrey Bodine here. And Rudd doesn't get it done. And is there any modifiers? No modifiers, so it'll take an 8 for Rudd not to wreck. And he's fine. We go to turn number 3. And we got another top group. This is control. And it'll take a 6 to get Bill again. Neil Bonnet's got control. And a 2-4 is not getting it done. DW and that Budweiser Junior Johnson Chevy going for the lead, not with a 4-1. Ricky Rudd and Bud Moore's Motorcraft Ford with a 5-2. Tim Richmond and the Old Milwaukee Pontiac with a 5-4. And last but not least, Jeffrey Bodine and that Levi Garrett Chevy with a 1-2. Bill holds them off. Turn number 4. And we lose the dice. We'll have a back group of star. Who's the stars back here? First one up's Ken Regan. He's double star. Could get to the top group here. not with a 6. And as a matter of fact, Ken's going to blow up. And that 17 car is going to finish last, 40th. So Ken's out of the race. And everybody will move up. And the Wire's got a shot here with a star, but not with a 4. Next one's Joe in that 65 car. And he's got a 3, ain't good enough. And next one up's little Mikey. Michael Waltrip with the shot here, double star, but he blows up. Man, so the 23 of Waltrip, the Michael type, is out of the race with a blown up engine, and he'll finish 39th. We'll move everybody up real quick here. So 2 cars have already blown up here at Michigan. And last week's winner, Ron Bouchard, can he get out of the rear with the gear with a 155? I'm sure he will. And he goes from 29th up to 19th. So Ron gets up to the middle group. Buddy Baker and that 88 Crisco car with a 5 ain't getting it done, but he's got another shot. He's got double star here and a 3, 5, 4. And poor Ron Bouchard doesn't stay there long, does he? Oh, that's a 5, not sorry, it's a 5, not a 6. And odd. And he's going to get Bobby Allison. Buddy is knocked Buddy back to 28th. Buddy up to 17th now. And Lake Speed double star could get in the top group. And a 255. And he'll go from 25th up to 16th. And now see if he can get to the top group. Now 4, 4, 6. And he's going to get DW, knock DW from 5th back to 16th. Lake Speed, he is on the move, folks. On the move. Started 25th and now is up to 5th. And that's the last star. We go to turn number 5. And we got a middle group of Skill. She's got the Skill back here. First one up with Skill is going to be Cal Petty. Double Skill. Trying to get that Woods Brothers Ford up front. And a 215. And he's going to get old Jeffrey Bodine. Cal Petty's going to go from 14th up to 2nd. Nice job by Cal Petty. Mike Alexander in that 84. He's got skill, not with the 3 though. Earnhardt's got skill. And a 1-1's not going to get her done. And last one's Benny Parsons with skill. And a 5's not going to get it done. We go to turn number 6. We got a middle group of Star. Who's the stars back here? Ron Bouchard. He's a star, last week's winner. And a 4-1's not going to get it done. And next up, double stars, Buddy Baker. Could get the lead here. A 1-2-5. And he's going to go from 17th up to 3rd. And get Tim Richmond back to 17th. And now Buddy's got a shot at the lead. It'll take a 6 to get old Bill. As Philip joins us, check out his great channel. 1-3's not getting it done. DW's got double star. He could get the lead. And a 4-1's not going to get her done, but he's got another shot here. And a 6 ain't getting it done. Buddy Arrington in the 67. And a 4's not good enough. He's only a 3. Jeffrey Bodine, can he get back up to that top group and that Levi Garrett, not with a 2-1. And Mike Alexander, another shot here for Mike. But a 3's not good enough. Handsome Harry Gant. First we talked about the handsome one. And that's Skull Bandit with a 5, 2, 4. And he's going to get, no, he's not. Oh, Buddy Baker's got double star. He holds him off. David Pearson, can he get that Chattanooga Chew 21 up front? Not with a 5. Cale Yarbrough out of Hardy's 28. And he's got a problem. Cale Yarbrough blows up. I tell you, I get so frustrated with Cale in this year. He blows up so much. Yarbrough finished 38th. Geez, you Pete's, if he can just get a break now and then. And the last one was star in the middle group's Benny Parsons. And a 5's not going to get it done. We'll see who moves up here to the middle group. And the first one with a chance is Texas Terry Labonte in that 44 Piedmont. He moves up to 19th. And we got 37 cars running in the race. You got Elliott leading, Cal Petty second, Buddy Baker third, Ricky Rudd the Rooster fourth, Lake Speed fifth, Neil Bonnet sixth, Greg Sachs seventh, Benny Parsons eighth, David Pearson ninth, and Handsome Harry Gount rounds out the top 10, and we get to our first pit stop of the race, turn number 7, and it'll be both groups, and 5 and 3 switch spots. We'll grab a handful of chips and see who can get some chips here. Both groups, both middle and top. First up is Bill. Bill needs a 9. Can Bill get a chip here? Yes, he does. Cal Petty and the Woods Brothers needs a 7. And they get 1. Buddy Baker needs a 4. He doesn't get 1. Neil needs a 5. Doesn't get 1. Lake Speed needs a 7. He gets 1. Ricky Rudd needs a 6. He doesn't get 1. Sachs needs a 4. Doesn't get 1. Pearson needs a 4. Doesn't get 1. David needs a 5. Doesn't get 1. Handsome Harry needs an 8. He gets it with snake eyes. Earnhardt needs a 5. And he barely gets it. Tim Richmond needs a 4. He gets it. Nice job back here. These crews are doing well. The King needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Arrington needs a 3. Doesn't get it. DW needs a 6. Nice job by Junior Johnson. Gets old Bill DW out of there quick. Alexander needs a 3. Doesn't get it. Bodine needs a 6. Doesn't get it. Ron Bouchard needs a 4. Doesn't get it. And last but not least, Texas Terry needs a 5. And doesn't get it. So we'll re-rack them here. Alrighty, can anybody beat Bill out of the pits here? Black and red. And a 5-3. And Rudd will, but Bill uses chip to hold him off here. We go to turn number 8. And that's going to be a middle group, and we got a problem. And the problems is Baldwin. Let's see what kind of problem Baldwin's got. Actually, we'll have 2 problems. So it'll be Baldwin and Wowak because it was doubles. So Baldwin first. Baldwin is a 44. And bad rear end. The seal brakes Got a roll still in the beginning. He needs a 3 to stay in the race. Doesn't get it. So Baldwin will finish 37th. And Bobby Wowack has a problem. What kind of problems Bobby have? 42. And that's grill repairs. He'll stay where he's at. He'll drop to the bottom of the group. He's already there. We go to turn number 9. Turn number 9. We got a top group of Star. And first up is Sachs. It'll take a 6 to get Elliott. And a 1-4 is not going to get it done. He's got another shot at him. And a 1-6, Greg Sachs gets the lead from Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. So Sachs gets that 70 car up to the front on turn number 9. Let's see who's next here with Star. Ricky Rudd. And it'll take a 5 to get Greg Sachs. 5 or a 6. And a 2-5. Sachs doesn't keep the lead long. Ricky Rudd and that Bud Moore gets up there on turn number 9. Neil Bonnet. And it'll take a 5 to get Ricky. 5 or a 6. A 4-3, no. Buddy Baker, 2 chances to get him. A 1-4, no. And a 5-6, no. And Lake Speed's got 2 chances at him and a chip. And 5-1, he'll need the second chance. And a 6-1, he'll have to burn his chip, but he gets the lead. Lake Speed's up front. A lot of changes up front here on turn number 9. 4 different leaders on this turn. And Kyle Petty does not have the star. So we go to turn number 10. Lake Speed in the lead. Kyle Petty second. Ricky Rudd third. Baker fourth. Bonnet fifth. Sachs sixth. Elliott seventh. Gant eighth. Earnhardt ninth. And Tim Richmond rounds out their top 10. Here we go. Turn number 10. 100 miles done. It's going to be a middle group of heat. Who's got the heat? Anybody got heat? Buddy Arrington's got heat. Let's see if he can get the job done. Not with a 5, he can't. And the King, Richard Petty's got heat. And not with a 5. And nobody else has got heat. So that'll be it for turn number 10. Go to turn number 11. And we got a top group of TV. Bill Elliott's a TV driver. It only takes a 4 to get the lead here. And a 5-1 can't get it done. Greg Sachs with a 5-2. Nope. Last but not least, Neil Bonnet with a 4-2. And Lake Speed holds them off. Turn number 12. And we got a top group of Star. Bill Elliott's got 2 chances at him. And it'll take a 6 to get Lake Speed here. And a 6-1, the wrong 6 for Bill, but he's got another shot at him. A 3-1. Greg Sachs has got 2 shots at him. 4-2. And a 1-6. Greg Sachs retakes the lead from Lake Speed. Sachs car's running good here on turn number 12. Sachs retakes the lead. Next up is Neil Bonnet. It'll takes a 5 or a 6 to get Greg. And a 2-5. Sachs cannot keep the lead. He gets it right away. Somebody passes him. So Neil Bonnet gets the lead. The 12 car gets the lead on the 12th turn. And now Buddy Baker's after him. And it'll take a 6 to get Neil Bonnet. And a 2-1, no, but he's got another shot. 2-3, no. Ricky Rudd, the Rooster, with a star quality. 3-1, no. And Kyle Petty doesn't have stars, so that'll be it for turn number 12. Lucky turn 13 now. And that's going to be the bottom group of heat. Who's got the heat? Wowak's got heat. Can he get out of the rear with the gear? Not with a 4, he can't. And Ronnie Thomas. First, we talked about Ronnie today in that 41 car. And Ronnie blows up. The 41 car will finish 36th. Trying to push too early. Too hard, too early for Ronnie. Now we only got 35 cars running. And next up is Jimmy Smut Means in the 52. And a 5 doesn't get it done. Bobby Allison in that 22 die guard. Miller Highlight, not with a 6, doesn't get it done. Bobby Hillen Jr. in the 8 car, Snickers car, not with a 5. Kenny Schrader in that Junie Donlevy 90, not with a 6. And that's it for turn number 13. We are a third of the way done this race. On to turn number 14, the middle part of the race. We got a problem and skill in the middle group. So first we'll do the skill. First up is Jeffrey Bodine with skill. And a 2-1-5. And Cal Petty's going to have to use his chip to defend him off. Next up is Mike Alexander with skill. And a 1-3-6. And he gets Buddy Baker. Mike Alexander gets that 84 car up to 4th. And who's got skill now? Benny Parsons has got skill. Can Benny get that 55 car up front? Not with a 5-1, he can't. And Tim Richmond's got skill and a chip. And that's going to be a 3-4-2. And he gets Greg Sachs without using the chip. Tim Richmond up to the top 5 now. Earnhardt's got skill and a chip. And a 3-2-1. He'll have to use his chip and knocks Ricky Rudd back to 9th. Earnhardt moves up to 3rd. And Harry Gant does not have skill. We move to turn number 15 as Triple G Sports Replays joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks. And now turn number 15. That's going to be a top group of Star. First one up's Elliott. 2 chances at him. And it'll take a 6 to get Neil Bonnet. And a 4-1 no, but he's got another shot. Bill does. 1-5 just misses out. Lake Speed 2 chances to get him. And a 6-4, the wrong 6. And a 4-5, can't quite get him. Tim Richmond doesn't have star. He's got a chip, but no star. Next up is Mike Alexander with a 5-2, ain't getting it. And that's it for turn number 15. On to turn 16 here. And we got a bottom group of Star. Who's got Star in the bottom group? First one up is Clark. Clark DeWire's got skill and a 1-6-2. And he's going to get Terry Labonte. He's going to go from 34th up to 19th. Terry back in the rear with the gear. And Joe in the 65 car, he's got Star and a 1-3-4. And he's going to get Benny Parsons. These guys are getting out of the bottom group. They don't like being in the rear with the gear. Next up is Dick Trickle. 2 chances. Could get to the top group. Not with the 6, though. He blows up. Dick Trickle in that 09 blows up. Dick Trickle will finish 35th. Move everybody up here. And who's next with Star? And that was the last Star. That's the end of turn 16. On to our second pit stop, turn 17. And it's going to be the TV drivers 4 and 2 switch spots. 4 and 2. And the TV driver. So Neil Bonnet will be the first trying to get a chip. Neil needs a 5. Let's grab a handful of chips first. Okay, Neil needs a 5. He gets it done. Nice job by that Budweiser crew. Bill Elliott needs a 9. That milling crew come through. Yes, they do. Handsome Harry Gant needs a 6. He gets it done. He's got 2 chips looking pretty back there. David Pearson needs a 5. Can't get it. Greg Sachs needs a 4. Can't get it. And last but not least, Ryan Bouchard needs a 4. Can't get it. Move these guys up. See if anybody can beat Neil out of the pits after this. Alrighty. Black and red. A 3 and a 4. And Cal Petty's going to beat him, but Neil's going to burn his chip to hold him off. We go to turn number 18. Neil Bonnet's leading this race, followed by Tim Richmond. Awesome Bill's 3rd. Cal Petty 4th. Alexander 5th. Earnhardt 6th. Speed 7th. Handsome Harry 8th. DW 9th. And the Rooster Ricky Rudd rounds out the top 10. Turn number 18. Getting close to the halfway point already. We got a top group of reflex. First time we've had reflex. It'll take a 6 to get Neil. Lake Speed's got 2 chances at him. And a 6 don't get it done. Another shot. And a 5-1 doesn't get it done. Earnhardt's got 2 chances at him. And a 2-6. Earnhardt gets the lead for the first time today. Here on turn number 18. And let's see. Cal Petty's got 2 chances at him. It'll take a 6 to get Earnhardt. 1-3, no. And a 2-6. Cal Petty gets the lead with the Woods Brothers number 7. Here on turn number 18. And no reflex for Bill. Tim Richmond's got 2 chances and a chip. It'll take a 6 to get him, a 6-5, no, but he's got another shot at him. And a 3-6. Tim Richmond's going to get the lead and not burn the chip. So Tim Richmond puts that 27 Old Milwaukee Pontiac up front on turn number 18. On to turn number 19. And we got a middle group, a rare problem in the middle group. What kind of rare problem do we have here in the middle group? 42. Track conditions deteriorate. All drivers lose reflex. So there is no more reflex for any driver, top, bottom, or middle group. Track has changed and there's no reflex. We'll put a little note here. No reflex. Alrighty. And we're at the halfway point. Turn number 20. Cross flags are out halfway through this race with Tim Richmond leading. Cal Petty 2nd. Bill Elliott 3rd. Earnhardt 4th. Alexander 5th. Neil Bonnet 6th. Lake Speed 7th. Handsome Harry 8th. DW 9th. And Ricky Rudd 10th. On the turn 20. And we got our duel here. The 4. And that's going to be the top car and 4 car. That'll be Alexander. He's going to be happy where he's at. He's not going to try to chance it. He'll stay there. We move to turn number 21. And we got a bottom group of star. Who's the stars back here? First one's up is Benny Parsons. Can he move up? Moving on up. Nope, not with a 4. He's not. And he was the only one back there with a star. We go to turn 22. Double deuce. And we got another duel. And it is the 4 car again. And again, Alexander's happy where he's at. He'll stay put. Turn number 23. And we got a bottom group this time. It is heat. Who's got the heat? First up is Bobby Wowak's got heat. Not with a 4, he doesn't. Jimmy Smut Means with the heat. A 156. He's going to get Jeffrey Bodine, go from 28th up to 17th. Nice job by Wowak. Bobby Hillen Jr., can he get up to the middle group? Not with a 6, he can't. Can Ken Schrader get that number 90 Red Baron car out of here? A 242. And he will. He'll go from 23rd up to 14th. Nice job by Kenny. And that was the last driver with heat. We go to turn number 24. And we got a duel. And it'll be the 3 cars in the middle group. And they can't really go nowhere. They're going to stay put. Ain't worth just moving up one spot. Take a chance of wrecking. Still somewhat early. Turn number 25. And we got another duel. This is the 9 cars. 5. You got Baker. Baker's going to take a chance and go after Ricky. Needs a 4. He gets it done. He puts Ricky in a bad spot. And Ricky needs an 8 not to wreck. And he barely gets it. Nice job of Ricky hanging on to that Ford. We go to turn number 26. And we got another duel. And this is the 2 cars. And Baker's, they can't move up. Cars in front of them's got chips. So we're on to the 27. Another pit stop here. And it'll be both groups. And 4's got a pit violation. So Ken Schrader, Mike Alexander, Ken Schrader, and Greg Sachs all have pit violations. So we'll just move everybody up. And that puts Harry Gann in the top group with 2 chips and a chance maybe to get a 3rd. I don't remember to go. Let's look at this. Give me a second here. There we go. Now we got it straightened out. I didn't think the king had a chip. Alrighty. Everybody moves up. Got her straightened down now. And these cars are still in the race. They just get a pit violation, have to start at the end of the field with that pit violation. Then we'll grab some chips and see who can get fast pit here on turn number 27. Only one more pit stop after this. We'll just grab all the chips. First up is Tim Richmond. He needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Cal Petty needs a 7. He barely gets it. Good job by the Woods brothers. Bill needs a 9. He gets it. He's got 2 chips. Earnhardt needs a 5. He doesn't get it. Neil Bonnet needs a 5. He doesn't get it. Speed needs a 7. He doesn't get it. Handsome Harry needs a 6. Doesn't get it. DW needs a 6 to get a second chip. He gets it. Nice job by Junior and that crew. Buddy Baker needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Arrington needs a 3. He doesn't get it. Petty needs a 4. Doesn't get it. David needs a 5. Doesn't get it. Rudd needs a 6. Doesn't get it. And Jimmy Smut Means needs a 3. Doesn't get it. Ron Bouchard needs a 4. He doesn't get it. Dwyer needs Snake Eyes. Doesn't get it. Gets the 2, but it's double 2s. And Trevor Boys needs a 3. Doesn't get it. And Phil Parson needs a 3. Doesn't get it. And last but not least is Morgan Shepherd. And he doesn't get it. So now we'll move everybody up that's got chips. In the middle group, nobody got chips but DW. Now let's see if anybody can beat Tim out of the pits. And a 6-2. Lake Speed will beat him out of the pits, but Tim will use his chip to hold him off. And actually, if Tim keeps the lead here at turn 18, that's 10 turns, and Tim will get another chip. So here we go to turn number 28. And we got a duel. That'll be the 3 car. He's already got 2 chips and can't move up, so Tim will get his chip back. Tim trying to win 3 out of the last 4 races here, folks. We go to turn number 29. We got another duel. That's the 6. And that's the 6 car in the top group. And he's not, like I say, he only move up 2 spots. So he's going to stay put. We go to turn number 30. And we got a bottom group of Star in the bottom group. And first up is Greg Sachs trying to get out of this mess from that pit violation. And not with a 6, he ain't. Mike Alexander, the same thing. He had a pit violation, not with a 5. He's not getting out of there. Benny Parsons, he's got a star. Can he get out of the rear with the gear? With a 4, nope. How about Jeffrey Bodine and that Levi Garrett with a 4.42? And he gets Jimmy Smut Means, goes from 25th up to 14th. And last but not least, Joe in that 65 car has got star quality. Can he get out of the rear? Not with a 5. We got 300 miles done, 100 miles to go, folks. Turn number 31. And we got a middle group of Star. Another Star quality here. First up is Dwyer. Can he get through here with a 2.14? And he's going to get Cal Petty. Cal Petty's going to have to burn his chip to hold him off. Who's next with Star? Ron Bouchard, going for 2 wins in a row, gets triples. Ron Bouchard's got a problem, folks. Oh, last week's winner's got a problem. And it is a 42. He's got a brake problem, and that'll end Ron Bouchard's day, folks. Winner, chicken dinner last week, and now has brake problems and will finish 34th. What a difference a week makes, huh? Ron will finish 34th. Next up is Jeffrey Bodine. Can he get up to the top group here? Not with a 6, he can't. Next up is Ricky Rudd and that Bud Moore Ford. And a 5, can't get her done. David Pearson, can he get that Chattanooga Chew car up there? No, damn it. A 6. David blows up. He'll finish 33rd. I tell you, my guys, this ain't having a good year. David's blowing up. Yarbrough's blowing up. Bill's not dominating like I want him to. Next up is Buddy Arrington. He's got a star quality. And a 4-1's not getting it done. And here comes Buddy Baker with a star and a chip. And that's going to be a 5-5-6. So he's going to need to use his chip to take Lake Speed back to 9th. And now he's got a shot at the lead. But Tim Richmond has a chip. It only takes a 4 to beat him, though. But like I say, he's got the chip. So Baker won't get the lead. But will he make him use a chip? Yes, he will. He'll have to burn his chip to keep it. Buddy Baker on the move. Here comes DW with 2 chips and 2 chances. DW could get the lead here. Let's see what happens. And he gets a 2-2-4. And he'll have to use his chip to get Earnhardt. But DW has a damn good chance of going from 8th to the lead here. DW with another chip. And it takes a 4 to get Richmond without burning his chip. And a 5-1-4. And DW gets the job done. Goes from 8th to the lead here on turn number 31. First time DW's had the lead here. And that'll be it. Well, we got to move some guys up here to the middle group. 2 guys up. First one with a chance is Joe, and that 65 doesn't get it done. Bobby Hillen Jr., he gets her done. He moves up to 18th. Rusty, can he move up? Nope. How about Dave Marcus? Nope. Bobby Allison. Yep, Bobby moves up to 19th. And now we only got 32 cars running in the race after David blew up. So you got DW in the lead for the first time. This is the 1985 set. Donald Weed made them. You can go to Board Game Geek and in the files for Red, White, and Blue, go to Red, White, and Blue and Board Game Geek, and he's got every set of seasons from 1949 until 2011 that Keith didn't make. And when Don makes a set, he makes every driver. If the driver only ran in one race, you got him. Yeah, you got him. So like I say, you got DW in the lead here on turn number 31. Kyle Petty second. Awesome Bill third. Handsome Harry fourth. Terrible Tim Richmond fifth. Neil Bonnet sixth. Buddy Baker seventh. The Gentle Giant Earnhardt 8th, Lake Speed 9th, and Buddy Arrington rounding out the top 10, turn number 32. And we got a bottom group of smart. Anybody smart? If they were smart, they wouldn't be in the bottom group. But Ken Schrader's smart. Can he get out of the bottom group? With a 3-1-1, I doubt it. Nope, Lake Speed holds him off. Terry Labonte's double smart. And a 3-2-3. And he gets the king. He goes from 28th up to 11th. Can Texas Terry Labonte get up to the top group here? That is the question. And a 1-1-4. And he goes from 28th, Texas Terry Labonte, up to 2nd. That Piedmont Chevy is running, isn't it? Knocks Cal Petty back to 11th. What a run by Texas Terry Labonte. And Eddie in the 6 car, he's smart. No, he doesn't do tracks. I made a couple tracks, Triple G. I made the 1985. I did their tracks, and I did the 1969 season that me and Troy Carter's doing. I did tracks for them. Yeah, he just does the driver set. So like if you um need tracks, you just have to get a gear close. Or like I say, it's not that hard to make the tracks. I've made, like I say, 2 sets. Not hard. If you need help, just let me know. If you want to make tracks, I'll help you out. Okay, so can Eddie get out of the rear with the gear? With a triple ones, he's got a problem. Let's see what kind of problem poor Eddie has. 25. And that's going to be a cooling problem, and that's going to end Beershaw's day in the 6 car. He'll finish 32nd. Eddie out of the race. Everybody will just move up. What I'm like to see Don do, I like to see him in the sets that Keith has done, make up the drivers that Keith doesn't do. I would love to see Don do that. Because the way I do it, I use the actual starting grid. I don't do the race week. I use the starting grid for the actual race. So there's races with Keith makes that I don't have every driver that started the race. So who else has got heat back here? No, Smart. Who's got Smart? Bobby Allison. He's smart. Can he get out of the rear with the gear with that die guard? Not with a 5. He's a 4. That's the last Smart driver. We move to turn number 33. Almost done, man. This race is coming to a close quick. We got a duel of 9. 5 cars in the middle. That's Shepard, and they're going to stay put. They don't want to take a chance. We move to turn number 34. Turn number 34, we got a middle group. We got skill and a problem. So first we'll do skill. Bobby Hill and Jr.'s got skill. And a 3-2-5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bill's going to have to use a chip to hold him off. And Jeffrey Bodine's got skill. And a 1-1-5, and he's going to get second place. Jeffrey Bodine goes from 13th up to second, knocking Texas Terry Labonte back. Cal Petty's got double skill, could get the lead here. And a 1-1-5. Jeffrey Bodine doesn't stay in second long, as Texas Terry Labonte drops back to 13th from second. And now Jeffrey drops back to 11th, and Cal Petty's got a shot at the lead. DW's got a chip, though, and it'll take a 5 or a 6 to get him. And a 1-6, DW has to burn his chip to hold off Cal Petty. Cal Petty on the move. Lake Speed's got skill. Excuse me, not with a 5. And last but not least is Earnhardt with skill. And a 3-1-3, and Cal Petty holds him off, but we also had a problem, and Greg Sachs has got the problem. Ton of problems Greg Sachs has. A 22 might be an odd problem. Nope, that's a brake problem. And Greg Sachs has a brake issue here at Michigan. Will finish 31st. Running up front for a while. Had that pit violation. Now a brake issue. Finishes 31st. And we move to turn number 35. 50 miles to go here at Michigan. And that's going to be a top group of star. First up is Buddy Baker, and it'll take a 6 to get DW. And a 1-4 doesn't get it done. His teammate Neil Bonnet coming after him. And a 5-2 is not going to get it done. And Harry Gant's got 2 chips and a star. So he's going to get the lead here one way or the other. And a 2-1, it's going to cost him a chip, but he'll get the lead. And now Awesome Bill's got 2 chances at Harry Gant. Can he get the lead here? And it'll take a 6 to get Handsome Harry. And a 4-5, Bill's going to burn his chip and make Handsome Harry burn his chip. Now Bill's got another shot at him. And a 3-6, Bill gets the lead here. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville gets the lead here on turn number 35. So, turn number 35, two different leaders here. Handsome Harry gets the lead, doesn't stay there long. Now Awesome Bill's back up front. We got Awesome Bill from Dawsonville in the lead. Cal Petty second. Handsome Harry Gant is third. DW fourth. Tim Richmond fifth. Neil Bonnet sixth. Buddy Baker seventh. Earnhardt eighth. Speed ninth, and Arrington 10th. And we move to turn number 36. We got a bottom group of control in the bottom group. Who's got control? Damn. Only two drivers got control. Bobby Allison's got control. And 3-4-2. And he's going to get 15th away from Trevor Boys. Knocks the Canadian back to 22nd. And Rusty Wallace has got two chances. Could get to the top group. Not with the 6. And that's a problem from Rusty. Rusty's got the triangle. That'll be a problem. What kind of problems Rusty have? A 55. That's an odd problem. As Ken Castro joins us here today. And a 26 on the odd problem. Car shuts off. Has an ignition problem, and that'll cost Rusty. He'll drop out of the race. The Deuce will finish 30th. So Rusty's going to finish 30th. We're going to go to the money pit stop now. See who can get a chip here. Turn number 37. The money stop, the last stop of the race. And we got a top group 6 and 2 switch. And let's see who in the top group can get some chips. First up is Awesome Bill needs a 9. And he gets it done. Cal Petty needs a 7. Doesn't get it done. Buddy Baker needs a 4. Doesn't get it done. DW needs a 6. And he doesn't get it done. Tim Richmond needs a 4. He gets it done. Nice job by that old Milwaukee crew. How about that? Neil Bonnet needs a 5. Doesn't get it. And Handsome Harry needs a 6. And he does get it. So 2 of them get chips. 3 of them. And we go to see if anybody can beat Bill out of the pits here. That is the question. Red and black. Oh, at 92, I did that. Alan Kowicki won the championship. Handsome Harry Gant finished 3rd and 2nd, and Elliott, I think Elliott ended up 4th. I think Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin kind of reversed. Mark wasn't in the top, and Rusty was, and Rusty on at Atlanta got ahead of Bill and finished 3rd in the points. But that is an awesome season, Greg. And I did the 79 season, and DW won the championship. The King didn't get his 7th. When I did that, DW won the championship with that die guard number 88. Like I say, both of them great seasons. Great seasons. And let's see if anybody can beat Bill out of the pits. Not with a 6. So we go to turn number 38. 3 turns to go. Can Bill hold him off and win this Michigan, up in Michigan, the champion Spark Plug 400? We got a top group of control. And it'll take a 6 to beat Bill. First one up, it's going to be Neil Bonnet. And a 1-5 doesn't get her done. DW has control. And a 4-2 doesn't get it done. Buddy Baker's got 2 chances at Bill. And a 5-6, he needed a 4. Bill holds him off. And a 5-6 again holds him off. Harry Gant's got control and a chip. And a 6-1. He'll burn his chip and make poor Bill burn his. And now Tim Richmond going for 3 wins out of 4 races with a chip and control. And he'll have to burn the chip and gets the lead here. And this has been Bill's luck. Bill loses the lead here on turn number 38. Tim Richmond gets the lead. We got 2 turns to go, folks. 2 turns to go. Turn number 39. Can Bill get the lead back here? We got a bottom group of TV, and the only TV driver back there is Bobby Gearhart. And a 2-1-4. And let's see here. He is going to get, yes, he is, I think. He is going to get Earnhardt, go from 25th up to 8th. Nice job by Bobby Gearhart. We move to the final white flag lap with Tim Richmond in the lead. Bill Elliott second. Handsome Harry Gant fourth. Petty Kyle Type fourth. Baker's fifth. DW sixth. Teammate seventh. And Neil Bonnet. 8th is Gearhart, who just moved up. Speed's 9th, and Bobby Hill in 10th. And can Tim Richmond win his 3rd race out of 4? And it's going to be a top group of heat. Who's got the heat? And Kyle Petty's got heat, and it only takes a 4 to get Tim Richmond. Can Kyle Petty put that Woods Brothers Ford up front? Not with a 2-2. And Awesome Bill's got 2 chances at him. Can Bill Elliott win this Spark Plug 400? 2 chances. Again, it only takes a 4. And a 5-4. That's your race, folks. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville gets the lead on the final turn. Finally works out for him. And Bill wins the race. Awesome Bill gets the lead on turn number 40. And wins this champion Spark Plug 400. And there's your winner, folks. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. 29 cars still running in the race. So Bill wins the race. Nice job by Tim Richmond, though. Tim is on fire, man. Like I say, he has finished first. He won 2 races in a row. Then he did have a problem at the last race. But comes back and finishes second. That old Milwaukee Pontiac's running good for Tim. He finishes second. How about Handsome Harry Gant rebounding from last week? He gets up in the top 3. Handsome Harry finishes 3rd. Cal Petty and the Wood Brothers, he's been running good this whole year. Cal Petty finishes in the top 5. And Buddy Baker, the Gentle Giant, gets up to 5th. Nice job by Buddy. DW, the points leader, still hasn't won a race. Finishes 6th. And his teammate, Junior Johnson's got to be happy. 2 cars in the top 10. Neil Bonnet finishes 7th. And how about Bobby Gearhart going from, where was he, 25th up to 8th. What a nice run by Gearhart in that 25 car. Nice job. Finishes in the top 10. Lake Speed, he finishes 9th. I don't know if he'll still be in 2nd place right now. Lake Speed is 2nd behind DW in the points. I don't know if Bill winning this race will get ahead of him in the points and be in 2nd. Bobby Hillen Jr. rounds out the top 10 in that 8 car. And Dave Marcus with a nice run and the 71 finishing 11th. And Ricky Rudd in that Bud Moore Ford finishes 12th. Texas Terry Labonte, Remember, he made it the whole way up to second. He'll be a little disappointed with that 13th finish. And how about Dwyer finishing in the top 15? Old Clark, Dwyer finishes 14th. And Bobby Allison, just a quiet day for Allison, the top 15 job for Bobby. Phil Parsons, and that's Gold Bandit 66, finishes 16th. Morgan Shepherd in the 00 finishes 17th. Buddy Arrington in the 67 finishes 18th. And Jeffrey Bodine's got to be disappointed. Started this race on the outside pole, finishes 19th. Old Bodine can't be too happy with the race finish, that's for sure. And you got old Joe in that 65. He finishes 20th. Rusty Wallace and the Deuce, he finishes 21st. No, Rusty was out of the race. What am I doing? Rusty fell out of the race. Everybody moves up. Forgot about Rusty falling out of the race. I didn't take him out of there. So Rusty finishes 30th. And Jimmy Smut Means finishes 21st. Sorry about that. Forgot Rusty had that problem. And old JD finishes 22nd. Phil Parsons, big brother, finishes 23rd. Phil Parsons' big brother Benny finishes 23rd. Earnhardt will finish 24th with that nice run by Gearhart, knocked him back to 24th. And the King, Richard Petty, finishes 25th. Bobby Wowack, he'll finish 26th in that 74 car. And finishing 27th, Mike Alexander. Remember, he was up front for a while in that 84 car. Mike finishes 28th. And last but not least is Kenny Schrader. Kenny Schrader will finish 29th. Alrighty, I want to thank Greg, Triple G Sports Replays, for joining us, Ken Castro, and Philip Reynolds for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for reminders. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.